Hello, everyone.
That's what's up.
I'm in the lobby of the hotel, so I wanted to make sure I'm in a good spot for you guys to hear me. I'm gonna start with my mask on, and when no one is around, I'm gonna make sure I take it off so you guys can hear me. Say hey! I'm doing a live video. You guys want to say hi?
Working.
Yes, I'm working. Okay. Let me see. And this is a good spot because then you guys will be able to see if there's people with masks, people without masks, and it's going to be very, very exciting. Okay, since I don't have anyone near me, I'm going to take this off for just a second. My name is Tawanda Dofat. I am the president and founder of Majestic Millionaires Travel Agency. And what I'm doing is I am doing a 30-day journey back to traveling during COVID-19. You know, we can't all stay at home and live our best life at the same time, right? And I want you guys to listen to this, and you don't have to take my advice or anything. You don't have to do anything that I'm doing. I just would like to share the information that I have experienced since I have been out here. And I wanted to make sure I was informing all of my customers, all of my family, all of my friends about what to expect if you decide that you would like to travel again. And basically what you really should know and what you should do and what you should not do. If you do not feel safe traveling, by all means, do you. And just because I'm traveling and my husband is traveling, that does not mean that, you should travel if you're not ready. Everyone is on a different level at this time. Okay, let's get started. I'll answer any questions that you have. So if I see a question, I'm gonna be looking down because I'm gonna look and see if I can see the notes or your comments. First and foremost, let's talk about the flight. I was on Alaskan Air leaving out of Washington, D.C. When I got on the flight, it was really, really clean. They were only allowing, this is only on Alaska Air, they were only allowing one person per row unless you were a family. Even in the airport, you have to wear your mask. And like I said, I have the mask right here. In the airport, you have to wear the mask. And on the plane, the full ride of the plane, whether the ride is 6 hours, whether the ride is 10 hours, you must keep the mask on at all times. In the airports, there's going to be only 1 or 2 restaurants that are open. So if you are traveling a long distance, make sure you bring some food. They are not serving food on the airplanes. And if you are a picky eater, or if you don't like to pay high prices, I suggest you bring something from home. They will allow you to bring your food through the security area. So that's a plus. Also, they are not serving any more alcohol beverages on the flights or again, any food whatsoever. They will come by and give you a bottled water or a canned soda. Normally they would come by with the card and give you a cup with the ice and, pour you half a soda or something like that to save money. But now they give you the entire bottle or the can and a napkin, and some of the airlines are also giving you the pack of peanuts or the crackers still. But for a 6-hour or an 8-hour or a 10-hour flight, that's not going to sustain you. So please, whatever you do, make sure you bring some food. Okay, if you do not have a mask on for the flight, you will not be allowed to get on most of the flights. If you do not keep it on, they don't want to return the flight, the aircraft, they would like to talk to you and make sure that, you know, you put it on and do what's safe for everyone around you. And thank you for getting on, Charlene. Thank you for getting on, Betty. And thank you for getting on, Gary. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, please drop your questions right in the comment section and I'll answer them for you. And this is a great spot that I'm in right now because you guys are going to see people getting on the elevator. And most of them, you'll see some of them, hey guys, some of them have masks on and some of them don't. So, you know, you have to be mindful of that. If you are going to be in the elevator with someone, and we'll get to that too. You know, they have the distancing signs on the floor in the elevator, but we decide that we only get on the elevator with ourselves, me and my husband, because there's going to be some things I'm going to share with you that will keep you safe. And again, every couple of minutes I'm going to say, I have my mask. Me and my husband, we wear it everywhere we go. I'm in the hallway here on the 27th floor because that's the area that I'm in. So don't think we don't have a mask on. We are wearing it everywhere. The only time I don't wear it is if I'm not around anyone, or if I'm taking a photo, and I don't want all my photos to be in a mask, guys. Okay, let's get back to this. If you are going to be catching a bus, my experience on the bus while I was in Oakland was phenomenal, actually. Because we are in the COVID-19 era, everybody is cleaning everything. The bus was immaculate. The bus was free because they are not exchanging money at most of these locations. They will not allow you to get on the front of the bus. In the middle of the bus, they have the tape up where you won't be allowed to pass the threshold of the tape to get to the driver because the driver has to be safe. The driver has to wear a mask at all times. And then when you get on the back of the bus, you know, some of the buses had wipes, some of them had sanitizer pumps, and I mean, everybody is going all out to make sure you stay safe. Now, if you want to do reckless things, then you won't be safe. So let's talk about the hotel. We are in, first of all, have some patience, because when we got here, we were scheduled to stay 7 days in the Link. When we got to the Link, they were closed. We got no notification that they were closed. They already had accepted my money out my bank account. I booked it on my own booking engine. And I was like, wow, we're here. What do we do? So I was a little frazzled. But when we started asking around, the Links was associated with Harrods, and they're also associated with, I think it's Flamingo. And they were like, you can either stay at Harrods or Flamingo. They are honoring all the Links hotels. So I want you guys to be mindful that there's going to be a lot of changes, whether the changes are with the flights, with the hotels, the bus services. It's not normal out here right now, but it's still okay if you are patient and, you know, are mindful of the changes that need to happen, right? So we got to the hotel. And they said they were closed. So we ended up coming over to Harrods, and we are on the 27th floor, and the view is just beautiful. I'm going to turn the phone around just a second and show you guys. And then I'll get back to everything COVID traveling. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see Vegas. You can see the Bellagio right there, and Caesar's Palace, and the Cosmopolitan. Alrighty, I don't know if you saw that because I'm not on the other side. Alrighty, most people here in Vegas, I'm just going to be 100%. To me, I feel like they're being reckless because maybe 10% of the people here have masks on and the other 90% don't. And I'll share how that's affecting you and how the restaurants are handling that and how the hotels and the casinos are handling that. And they're doing a really good job. Okay. like I said, there's no room service in the hotel whatsoever. When you get to the hotel, because we checked in at Harrods, when you get to the hotel, there's going to be like a strip on the door. If you're at a really good hotel or resort, they have a strip on the door that seals the door that lets you know no one has been in that room since they cleaned it. And I was like, oh, that's really, really nice. So you know that room is safe, because you have to break the seal when you enter the hotel. Okay, in the casinos, all of the tables, you have to have a mask on unless you cannot play. The card game dealers, they all have a mask. Everyone working at the restaurants, they must have a mask on. How they are doing the buffets, I'll talk about the buffets too at the hotels. We went to the buffet at the Wynn. It was like super dope. I wish they had it this way all the time. When you go there, because of COVID-19, they don't have the food all laid out where anybody is getting to pick the food and getting to, breathe over it and just do the most. It's almost like you have to order it. Well, we did have to order it. You look at the menu, and they don't even have menus. Let's talk about that. And this is a live, so I'm kind of talking off the cuff. So I want to make sure I get all the information to you guys so you'll feel safe. When you get to the restaurant, you have to download the menu for the buffet, and then you tell them what you want, and they order it, and the waiter brings it to the table. So it's definitely fresh. So each time you place an order at the buffet, you can stay there for as long as you like, but you just have to order the food as you go, and then they cook it and bring it to you as if you're really ordering from a menu, but it's a buffet. When you are eating, of course, you can't keep on a mask because you have to eat. So what they do to make sure you're safe and you're protected, again, all the waiters, all the cleaning staff, everybody is 6 feet apart, and the stewardess and waiters and cashiers, they all have a face mask on that they cannot take it off. You cannot take yours off until you actually sit at the table if you're wearing a mask. And like I said, some people, they're doing the most out here in Vegas. So be mindful of that if you're going to come here or anywhere else. Let's talk about the cleaning situation at the casinos and some of the other places. Everywhere that I have went, they have been cleaning every 5 minutes. When you're playing the slots, your hands are hitting the buttons or pulling the lever. They have stations where you can pull the sanitizer wipes. They have the sanitizer pumps everywhere you go, all over the casino. So there's never more than 6 feet where there's not going to be somewhere where you can sanitize your hands, your skin, make sure you get a sanitizer wipe to wipe down everything. But if you go around the casino, you'll see people wiping down every time someone gets up, basically. So also at some of the tables, they have the plexiglass. Like say if there's 4 or 5 people around the table, they have the plexiglass that's covering the dealer, and in the section, it's sectioned off so each person is in their own section of the plexiglass, so they're protected. So I mean, Vegas is doing a great job, guys. It's just some of the people are reckless, but that's with anything. And then let's talk about, let me see, I have my little notes here. The swimming pools, they're all open. That ain't something that I'm interested in doing. I may go to the pool area, but I'm not getting in the pool. I don't think that that's a safe environment. So if you want to indulge in that, that's something that, you'd have to partake in and make a decision for you and your family if that's something good for you. But I don't think that's something good for us. It is 108 degrees here in Las Vegas each day, and I'm on the floor, so it's a little uncomfortable here. Each day it has been extremely hot. So if you're going to be traveling and you have to have a mask on, be mindful about going to an environment where it's 100 and 105, 106 degrees, because it's a very, very uncomfortable feeling to have on a face mask for 4 or 5 hours while you're out trying to have a great time and you can barely breathe. And that's the way I feel. Some other people may have a mask and they can breathe a little better in it, but mine is one of the, well-clothed ones, and it's covering everything. So, it's hard to breathe when you're in 100 and something degrees every single day. So that's something that you should be mindful of. I went zip lining yesterday in downtown Vegas, the old part of Vegas. And when I, got on the bed that you lay down where they strap you up and everything, they had wiped down the bed. They sanitized it really, really well. When we got on the other side of the zip line, they made sure all of that area was clean for the next guest. So like I said, the cleaning is really, really, really great here. And that's something you should feel comfortable about when you're traveling. What else can I say? Does anybody have any questions that I can answer? Because I want to be able to answer your questions, because if you are wondering how it is out here and are we crazy? Why are people traveling so soon? Is it safe? I want to be able to answer that. Today, I think I'm on my 19th day on travel. I am on this 30-day journey, and I have only, seen just some people that are just crazy. That the mask thing just blow my mind. It blows my mind. But if you stay 6 feet apart and away from people and you keep on your mask, you should be safe, and make sure you wipe your hands everywhere you go. When we go to the restaurants, we are making sure first when we walk in that they are practicing social distancing, that, the tables are spread out, and that the workers have on masks. If they don't, we leave and we go to another restaurant or another location. That's something you have to check out. Just because you want to eat at that restaurant or that location, or you want to play in that casino, you have to look first and find out if they are doing everything you feel they should be doing, so you and your family can stay safe. But I'm really not getting in that swimming pool. But I've looked at the pool, it's packed. When I say it's packed, it's packed. I went over to the Golden Nugget yesterday when I went to zip line. I didn't even know the Golden Nugget had a swimming pool, and it's really nice. It was packed. The kids are in there, the adults are in there, grandmas were in there. Let me see if there are any questions right now. Where are my eye protectors? I have everything. My room is around the corner. I am sitting in the hallway on the 27th floor of our hotel, and I'm not near anybody. I have my mask. I do have my glasses on every single day. When I started the video, I said, make sure you guys know that we are well protected. We have our mask. I'm not gonna wear a mask sitting right here in this hallway unless, someone's gonna get 6 feet close to me and I'm trying to talk on a live to make sure you guys get all the information. So thank you for, the concern. Thank you for, making sure we're protected. But I want to reassure you that we are very, very protected. We are very, very smart. We are being diligent. We are making sure, we social distance, because we don't want to be sick either. Just like, you and your family don't want to become sick or ill. We don't want it. We are in a high risk age group ourselves. And that's why I want to make sure I get this information out to people. What else can I say? I have my notes over here. And right now, I don't want to, take up all of you guys' time. I just wanted to jump on here and see if you guys had any questions. If you wanted to really know what we're doing out here. We are having fun though. Do you have to, somebody says, let me see what this one says. How are they staying safe at the pools, and how does the social distancing work? Okay, at the pool, they're not saying staying safe. There's no way you can stay safe at a pool because you cannot have on a mask. You don't know, and the government doesn't know if the COVID is spread through water. So that's why I said we're staying away from the pool. I just went down there to see what was going on so I can give you guys the information, but there's no way I'm jumping in a pool. I did bring 2 swimsuits, but they're gonna stay in my suitcase. All right, let me see who else has a question here. Do you need to have the eye mask on the plane? Absolutely not. No one is wearing eye mask here. There are several people that, not several, there are a few people that I've seen that have the goggles or the glasses. We have our glasses on, we have our mask on, but no, you don't, that's not a requirement. Not at all. Let me see who else has a question. And hello, Nadine. Hey, hello, Ashley. I want to make sure, just one more thing. Okay, I answered that question already. But overall, it's been a great experience. When I first got here, I was a little nervous because it was so many people. And I was like, wow, did I make a mistake? Did we pick the wrong location? But we actually picked the right location because Las Vegas rolled out the safety measures that I think every state in every country should follow. They have really, really made you feel comfortable. They have made you feel safe. And they won't even come in the room to bring you extra towels in the hotel. Like I said, there's no room service whatsoever in any of the hotels. They don't want to have that interaction. They will allow you to call to get extra towels and soap and trash bags and things of that nature, but they will only come to the door. You have to have your mask on when they come to the door, and they will all have a mask on. That's mandatory here in the resorts, in the casinos here in Las Vegas. And I hope you guys are going to see another person. Okay, anybody that comes off the elevator, you guys will be able to see for yourselves that most of them don't have a mask on. And what was most surprising to me is like a husband and a wife and their children, because they're families that are vacationing again. And I feel they're not great head of households because they're not protecting their family. And that's just my opinion. I think all of them should have a mask on. And I know they're saying the young kids don't get COVID-19, but that doesn't mean that they can't spread it if they have it and are asymptomatic. That means you have it and you're not showing signs. So I think everyone should have a mask on. At the water show last night, people are just walking up and down. So what we did, we find areas where it's not a lot of people and watch the water show, or watch some of the activities on the strip. You don't have to be in the crowds. They are, and look, one good thing about this mask, they are smoking so much weed or marijuana or whatever you want to call it here. You really need a mask because you'll be high messing around here when everyone is smoking. It's just like the smell is like really, really in the air and on people's clothing and things of that nature. Just thought I'd throw that in there because when you visit California and Nevada and the places like that, it's almost, it is legal, I suppose, and they just walk around and smoke weed all day long. So the mask helps with that also. If you feel like traveling, you're gonna have to ask yourself these questions. Can you protect yourself? Is it worth it? Do you feel safe? Did you do the investigation and call the hotel and call the different locations that you want to go and find out what their policies and procedures are? You should do that before you decide to take a trip. If you are just going to be visiting friends and family, and you are going to be, staying for a couple of days, make sure you have plenty of masks, because some days when it's cool, you need a certain type of mask. I'm gonna talk about that. When it's really, really hot, you need a certain type of mask. And then they're giving out masks here at some of the locations. So if you forget your mask on the airplane, they'll give you one. If you forget your mask at one of these casinos as you're walking in, they'll be able to give you one. Does anyone else have any more questions that I can answer for you? And we're, like I said, we're having a great time. We're not having any problems whatsoever. There was one problem that we did have, though. I'll share that with you. Because me and my husband will only get on an elevator with ourselves. You know, some people thought that was, you know, like disrespectful a little bit, like why they can't get on the elevator with us, or why we would get off if they got on, you know, but we weren't being, you know, condescending or disrespectful or anything. That was just our way of making sure we stay protected. Just because we have a mask on and they don't, that don't mean I'm still getting on the elevator with them. I want to make sure if they want to go on the elevator, they go by themselves, because that's an extra risk also. Just take the extra couple of seconds for the next, you know, elevator to come, and then you jump on that. Do I have anything else on my notes? And there's so much I can share with you all, but when I get back, I am going to turn over all of my notes to my office staff. They're going to put together a blog. We have footage for almost every attraction that we have participated in here in Las Vegas and while I was in Oakland. And we'll do a video and put it all together. It's going to go on YouTube. It'll go out in email to all of my customers that are on my email list. If you're not on the email list, you can just, you know, send us an inbox and we'll make sure we add you on the email list so you can get the information. But it's great. Let's talk about the pricing for the hotel and the pricing for the flights. Because we are in COVID-19 era, the flights are really, really cheap. If you go on our booking engine, I got a flight from Oakland, well, I'll say San Francisco, because I was flying into San Francisco. I got my flight from San Francisco here to Las Vegas for $39. And then I got a flight because Saturday I am leaving to go to San Diego, and my husband will be headed back home. My flight from Las Vegas to San Diego was, I think, $69 one way. And it's really, really affordable right now. So it is a great time to travel if you feel safe, if you know that you can protect yourself and your family. The hotels are really, really reasonable. Like I said, we're supposed to check in at the Links. It's normally about $129 to $179 per night. We got the whole 7 days for $500. That's unheard of. Even though, like I said, they're not offering room service, no refrigerators, no microwaves. They've taken everything out of the rooms because of, you know, safety, and they, you know, they want to make sure everything stays sanitized and they're not putting their employees at too much risk too when it's time to come and clean the rooms. But the prices are really, really reasonable. The people are really, really nice. They're accommodating here. And I'm sure they're accommodating everywhere. Even in Oakland, they were really, really accommodating. They were friendly. And they respect and understand that, you know, you're out here trying to help them earn a living, because, you know, everyone wants to get back to work. You know, but you just have to do it safely. You have to be mindful of your surroundings, and you have to do your homework. So I hope by me answering some of your questions, by me sharing my journey with you, that this has helped you, or whoever's watching, maybe you can share it and it would help someone else that's going to be traveling. And I'll just check one more time to see if I have any more questions, and then I'll say goodbye. Well, that's it then. Again, I'm your girl, Tawanda Dofat. Thank you for watching my 30-day journey back to traveling during COVID-19. You guys have a blessed day. I'm going to put my mask back on. I'm going to head back to my room, and we're going to have some fun today. And talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.